Our first seasonal event of 2024 is on the way, and with tons of content on the way, guys, it's time for us to look over what might be coming this year for Crescendo Moon. So first off, before we go into our predictions today, we need to nail down what is coming. And I think, guys, something quite unexpected is on the way that people aren't seeing coming. So let's take a look at the monster handlers for a second to work out what that might be.
I wonder if there will be any other dipsters on one final outstanding island that everyone has been asking about and haranguing us about for months.
So the monster handlers here, they are pointing out that the dipsters might be going somewhere where people have been predicting they could come. And last year, if we're going over back to a seasonal event, there is only but one seasonal event where we predicted they would come and they didn't, and that was for Crescendo Moon. Magical Sanctum, it feels like, is one of the final islands maybe that we might see the dipsters on, and therefore this Crescendo Moon, I do think we are going to be seeing them from this hint that we've got here. And not just that, but I feel like this might actually, going back to what I was saying, be the final place we might see the dipsters on, especially by the tone inside of that. It feels like the dipsters, they are really hard to compose for, seeing as though they have these hard-coded notes. And over the past year or so, as well over anniversary year, it's really made me realize just how hard these guys are to compose for. They've got these notes nailed down, and it's just so hard to do something meaningful with them, I feel like. And therefore, with Magical Sanctum, with Bone and Fairy Island dipsters being so awesome, I feel like it's so important that this time they go out with a bang. They are on so many islands at this point. We just want to see these guys have the uplifting send-off that they deserve if this truly might be one of the last times we see them. And therefore, for the dipsters' sound, I want to go back to Sanctum and actually go, Sanctum, it feels really bare at the moment. I was on a live stream the other day and it made me realize, actually, when I was speaking about it, how bare Sanctum feels. We've had all of these updates for the other islands now, but Sanctum, we've not really got anything like that, and especially in those build-up verses towards Enchantling, you feel that bareness come to life, and therefore that is exactly where I feel like the dipsters need to go. They need to go up in them build-up verses before Enchantling plays them 2 times, both in the middle and ending of the song. Either of those verses leading up towards Enchantling's part, I feel like that is the place we need some filling up to go. And therefore, that is where I hope that these dipsters stay. I feel like Enchantling's verse, they are too special. You can't have the dipsters there. I feel like maybe in the middle, but definitely not at the end, okay? The dipsters, they have to be that building up part, I think. They honestly feel so bare in comparison to the rest. And besides these dipsters on the way, let's actually head over in-game for a second here too, as in the More the Merrier promotion, we have a teaser for a new monster which is going to be coming. So if we look at this peculiar place underneath the diamond sigil, which you might actually recognize as being the place where Carillong was teased 2 years ago, we can see yet again another Carillong here, but it is not, in fact, Carillong, guys. If you take a look at this design, you can actually see it's a differentiated version of Carillong, and therefore this is teasing Epic Carillong. Like with Epic Clavavira, we're going to be getting Epic Carillong inside of this event. Now, I am really excited behind this design, actually. Upon first glance, you think it's got those reds, typical colors, what you see along Carillong, but actually, if we're looking here, it has a golden jewel piece on it, which has me exceptionally excited, as this is honestly what I really want for Epic Carillong. Going back to my Rare Carillong predictions, I'm actually sticking by those, and I'm hopeful that we actually get a leap year resemblance inside of this epic design. Going back to Dragon Veil and the leap year dragon, again, like I did for Rare Carillong, I really want to see that representation. Crescendo Moon is supposed to be a representation of all New Year celebrations, leap year, New Year, all of those combined, and what better can you do than a leap year design to celebrate all of that together, as we don't have any leap year resemblances really in game right now, and a golden jewel piece could be exactly how we might go about it. Now, obviously, some reds, yellows, I'm feeling with this design. Going back to those New Year's floats, I think, is what is key here. Golden, the jewel piece seems to be invoking that already, which has me really excited, guys. And besides that epic Carillong, though, the Crescendo Moon celebrations, they do not end. As alongside it, we're also going to be getting 4 brand new decorations and 4 costumes. Now, for the costumes, I am actually really excited this time around. With Be Hereafter, we only got two magical costumes. This is an absolute catastrophe. I tell you guys, we've been waiting for these magical costumes forever, and then we only got 2. But worry not this time, guys. Magical Sanctum, it has your back, guys. Because Magical Sanctum, it has all magical monsters. monsters. So you know them 4 costumes, get out of the way, Rumble, alright? And Pom-Pom, you're nothing to do with it now. It's all gonna be magical costumes this time around, I think. Absolutely. God bless. Thank you, guys. I need this. You know what I need most of? I need a Goodazos costume. Goodazos would make us have a good day. If that costume comes, that is a good day. That is that is an amazing thing. Goodazos, you shall be perfectos. And with the 4 decorations, what I have to say about those is the decorations for Beat Hereafter, they actually just replicated the island skin. So I'm very hopeful that next time around, they don't replicate the Crescendo Moon skin and we see something brand new, because you've got all of these decorations that are going to be coming and I feel like they're not going to have that meaningful impact if they replicate the island, all of them. So I am hopeful that they make new creative designs for each one. And for these costumes, let's actually head on over to Lyco's costumes that we have on display right here. Lyco had to share it. We love it. Zista has got a red horned look with a nice jacket to celebrate Crescendo Moon, and I love the little glimmer along Zista's skull balls in front of them as well. Really adds that little bit extra to this design. And if we look at Rare Flute Fly here as well, they've got a headpiece on them, a flowering decor. Love that, throwing back to Crescendo Moon skins flowers and making them a part of the monster, getting in that height and attire, because Enchantler, we know Enchantlin loves them, and I'm sure the rest of the monsters do too. Then we have Knucklehead, who's got some berries on top of them, a cloud piece, and besides that mask, they have a bit of sand on top of their hands there. It's always the little details that come out with Lyco's designs. I love it. But Loveless as well here with the feathers. I absolutely love replacing the feathers with red ones. I wouldn't think of doing that, but that is just so smart. Oh man. But then we go on to Ral's here, because Ral's, you have created an epic Carillong design. I hope you saw my Rare Carillong theories and you thought I'm going to make them true, but even if not, it suits his theories pretty well here, guys. We've got a leap year looking dragon, golden colours, jewelry amongst them, really befitting the leap year vibe. This is essentially exactly what I want. You know what I absolutely love with Ral's design though? Not just the crystals and the face of them, which seems so much more dynamic on this one, but actually the staff. The staff, they have changed it a lot, and I feel like that is going to be a centerpiece behind this design and potentially how cool these epic animations could be. Because bear in mind, guys, Epic Carillong's animations, they're going to be completely different to Carillong. And depending on that staff, that could determine how cool they might be. So I am so hopeful that they do make a different stuff and something really cool to play around with in the epic animations. Or they just aren't going to feel that different, guys. Maybe even more different than this. I want something well cool, man, that only Epic could do. Anyway, this stuff as well, it has an Ouroboros symbol up here as well, resembling it that Carillong is infinite, as apparently according to its bio, it never ages. So there you go. Now, besides everything that we have mentioned, we have more content in Crescendo Moon as well. We have a rare magical on the way. Inside of all of his Orc seasonal events, we are absolutely, I think, going to be seeing a rare magical coming along. Now, it's been a while since we've had Rare Zista, and I feel like they are not going to miss out on the opportunity for a magical Sanctum Rare. So I do think we are going to be getting a rare magical, guys, as well. Now, it could be any single one that we have on screen right now. And the last one that we had was Rare Zista, as I mentioned, which was a double elemental. So I know what you're thinking. You're thinking it might be a triple, but I lay it down, MPG, lay it down, because I think it is going to actually be another double. If we're looking at the doubles that we have, in particular, Rare Knucklehead comes to my mind as being the most likely rare to release this year. Many thanks to Logan Peters, but they pointed out to me that the Adult Celestials, it would be hugely helpful if we had Rare Knucklehead come along, because we could use them for them. Basically, if you want an explanation, look on the screen, guys. But I feel like Rare Knucklehead, it is gonna be our contender this year. It's Knucklehead is one of the first Sanctum monsters you get, really, and also one of the first ones we saw in Magical Sanctum as well. It makes so much sense for it to be it, guys. And if I'm looking at Rare Knucklehead, the thought that I automatically go back to is, where is that fire? Just where is the fire element in this guy? It was supposed to be a fire elemental. I feel like it was supposed to be what Flower turned into. So where is the fire element in this? I don't see it, okay? And I just want to see what the fire element could look like in it. Because going back to it supposing to be a Dawn of Fire monster, it was supposed to have the fire element, as it was initially named Cube Hands and was going to be a fire elemental and was reused later as a design on Magical Sanctum. So let's see this fire aspect inside of this monster, as you don't see it. And yeah, I want to see it. Don't, yeah, peck it there. Pecking the... Oh, I love you. Take the inspiration from Pecking the Red Knucklehead. Anyway, you can have a raging, wild, fiery hair, I thought, like candelabra on top of it. The hair, it just doesn't really do much on this monster. I feel like it would be cool to tap into that with the main thing, but you also have a golem-like appearance through with Knucklehead, don't you? So I thought it'd be cool to tie it back to being fire golem, black-coloured, with feisty red aura emanating from its hands, which glows on the floor, and maybe even to go back to something lore-wise, what we could do with this monster, maybe have it emblazoned. I was thinking with Pyrosite, which is a crystal from Dawn of Fire that you see on Firehaven Fire Oasis. Nice callback towards it originally being from Dawn of Fire, this monster. Would be so cool to have a throwback to that. And before we get into a teaser that we have, I want to delve into as well the fact that we have 2 other rares on the way, or potentially an epic, whichever one it might be. Let's go over the first one though that we have. We have a Rare Wublin as well. Now this one is going to have a New Year's look. This one, it could be any of the ones that we have on screen. We're getting through these like there's nothing, to be honest. Now there's barely any Rare Wublins left. I don't know what happened. But out of the ones on screen, we have Screamo, Pixolotl, Leechworm. I feel like are going to be the most likely ones out of these. I could see with Zucker too, but out of all of these, there is no better contender, I feel like, than Pixolotl. I mean, come on, it is a dragon already. It has the power to be a New Year's Mondrake. And even though it's supposed to be an Axolotl, I feel like they could nail into that and make this really cool New Year's design with them. You're talking a red, sharp and more dragon-styled appearance, sharp claws, and a more assembled headpiece as well. More bushy tail to symbolise New Year's ornaments. But the thing that I want most on this, it is actually, it's not the tail that you want with Pixolotl, it is its ears. I want rid of them, and I want something cool there, okay? You got a massive tail on this guy, but I thought it would be cool, instead of the ears, because they're so big, instead replace them with wings. How cool would that be? New Year's dragon, get them wings in there. We like that. That'd be the center of attention behind this one. But for Rare Pixolotl, let's have a look at Ral's design here. Wonderful Ral's has come up with a golden look for this one. I love the illuminating rainbow colors on this. It feels like those colors are a lot more heightened on this design, which I love so much. We can see some insectoid eyes on this, a golden look, really befitting, honestly, already of a New Year's Rare Wublin, which might just overall show how much of a good candidate Pixolotl would be, in my opinion. Now, going back to his Rare or Epic I won about earlier, we also have the Rare or Epic Fire on the way, as the vessels, they are expiring too this week, meaning we are going to be getting a new Rare or Epic Fire this time. It's not like Christmas, we're not getting all the vessels back. There is actually one coming this time. So there's 2 sides to the theory situation. We've either got a Rare or an Epic, and if you're asking me, I think this is actually quite an hard situation to break down. We've got the Rare that could come. If it's going to be a Rare, I feel like it would be Rare Bowhead, as following the release like most of them have done for the fires so far since Amber Island, it would mean that Bowhead would be our next Rare, and it would be awesome timing as well, as Bowhead came around this exact same time last year, so it'd make for a good timing point as well. But also the Epic, we've been waiting for an Epic Fire for quite a while. The last one was Rare Candelabra that we had, you know, the Epic, that was a bit further back, so it'd be cool to get one of them, and we've been waiting for a Firehaven one as well, because we all need the Firehaven Epic. Well, come on, that is what we're all here for. We need that thing, please, just give me the Epics. Give me the epics, darn it. But I feel like both of these situations make it equally likely this time. So I'm going to leave it to you guys. Do you think it's going to be Rare Bowhead, or do you think it's going to be an Epic Fire? Let me know down below. Now, for this teaser that we have, though, it's actually for something quite surprising. We don't barely get any teasers for Dawn of Fire. No, we don't get any. What am I on about? We've not had any since the cave paintings years ago. But lo and behold, on this Prismatic Praxis promotion, right at the bottom here, we have a Prismatic inside. And what do you know it's for? It's for my precious angel, good old Tusky, my favourite Quint. Coming back with all the love, aren't you, this year, Tusky? In the past few months, anyway. Now, this one, it's quite evident who it is. You can tell from the tree. This is literally symbolic of the normal Tusky's tree. So, these absolutely gonna be Prismatic Tusky. Now, I think this is an absolutely insane situation, though, guys. Tusky, I mean, we've barely had any time to teleport these things. I've only just managed to put my final one in teleporter for these. And so, people who are playing, I don't actually know how they're gonna manage to get these so early on, but I suppose it'll be coming back anyways. I don't know, guys. It seems a bit early for it. but it isn't. So there you go. And actually, if we're looking at the monsters that we have left for the Prismatics now, we only have Pongping, Mimic, and Tusky. Again, not many Prismatics left, which is quite exciting. Unroll the Dawn of Fire, guys. And that brings us on to now the release behind these. Now, just today, we've got revealed towards the Amber Island poll, and this made me realize that Crescendo Moon is actually coming later than what I thought. So the vessel's expiring. The new ones are going to be arriving another week after that, as the polls, they happen the week before the new ones come. So we're going to be waiting another week for any Amber Island vessels to be in the market, which means, I think, guys, that Crescendo Moon is going to be coming next week on the 17th with the Sanctum DIPSTERS, the Rare Epic Fire, of course, with the vessels expiring, Epic Carillong, and the 4 costumes and decorations. And that means that this week we are probably going to get something else. I don't really like predicting for Dawn of Fire because that's a mixed bag, man. It's got an uncanny schedule. It's going good now, but I don't know how to predict for it still. But I do think on the 10th, we will see the Prismatic because it has been teased and they probably do want to get something out for it this month. And then you're probably wondering where the Rare Magical and Rare Wublin come in. Now, we've got a lot coming on the 17th, so I was thinking that maybe they might have an Epic Voodoo and Rare Vein situation where they save those for the week after. But I could easily see the Rare Wublin squeezing its way on Rare Magical onto the 17th to one of those, but I do think one of them at least is going to have to be saved till later because that is so much Rares and Epics all at once. Now, the true thing that we all have come away from this video learning, though, is that we want a Gooday's costume. Gooday. Gooday. We want a Gooday. Do we all want a Gooday? Say it with me. We all want a Gooday. Give me the Gooday costume. You left out pecking. You got 4 chances this time. Give one to Gooday. Thank you. And also, let's pray that the Dipsters will be good. Okay, bye!